Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I want to send a message to you. There is the modern day requirement in this culturally shared life situation where everyone has to go to work, as to quote, earn their living, or have a business to gain money to support their family and to provide material things, and still then you are working for someone else, since money and all the material goods are owned. And if you don't know that, think about the power over, or the power over our lives as the authoritative, and they do not deliver a moneyless system for our societal way that would be less environmentally corruptive and planetarily less damaging, since work always harms on our footsteps of our eco-friendly footprint, since the purpose of money involves using the earth's resources, and we cannot prevent that. I actually disrespect all the workers who aren't in pinpricking awareness of the harm that it causes to the planet which we all belong on, and to our unnatural selves, which I'm going to term toxic. I feel there is a dull array of a city life playset. This idea comes from the envisioning of a higher view of the repetitive street conversing done daily for our work needs, as if we were looking from above each morning at ourselves, mobilizing about in the same way for society's needs. People are dressed like clowns in business suits because the makeup and dresses are like something for dress up for a doll play set, and no one is really being themselves. I mean, we don't seem to know each other. Do you even understand the phrases like be yourself and love yourself? They don't come back in useful forms of advice, such as wipe off the makeup and get therapeutic massage as much as you need for the long work hall recuperations. This just doesn't work out as self-beneficial. It just doesn't. You're just so fake. So I want to pose a question for you to think about today, but I hope that it leads you towards a better path that's closer to the true and real mind, and is possible by your own power, not by authoritative, other than to legally make benevolent moves because you wish to be a good citizen, to improve your life, to live more naturally. So, if it was an exam, what would you answer to this? Is survival A man in a factory-made business suit running to his taxi to the office, briefcase in hand, or B, a lone tribesperson in the vast woods with a self-made bow and arrow, quietly aiming for a rabbit for his next meal? I'm asking this because factories and material goods aren't, in fact, money value. We could all live naturally as off-gridders and self-supporting communities. There are many out there that show that it's easily possible. However, we are binding ourselves to sticky black streets and plaster wall houses, all in the sake of pursuing and chasing after money. And this is just a total mislabeling of survival. The word isn't used correctly. And this is really about being in the state of lack. This is why you feel insecure, worried, and never sure what to do in your life, right till it's the end of yours. So I'm not here to make you worse. In fact, I want to tell you about the light at the end of the tunnel for this. We need to turn towards our planet and gain the ability to self-sustain ourselves. That's exactly it. We realize that our planet has all the resources that we need, but by living the working way, we are pulling all the finite out of the land, and digging underneath is just digging out the support that it gives, and that is why it's not a suitable thing to work because of our future generations, and we are not conscious and careful and in thought of them. So, to resolve this, we need to know how to live from a complete start, and that's probably in the direction of solar-powered huts in the middle of green lush woods and fields that we have. The problem is, the land is all owned by power. You can web research the malevolence called the cabal that have infiltrated the governing, that is intending for human slavery and mind control that does go against our rights, but in a slightly secret way. They use formulas to maximally push what they are controlling, such as your actions, in order to keep you in the matrix of trouble. For example, the supermarkets have aisles that are in particular orders to make you buy the most, and text are monitored so that shops can offer exactly what you want, but this only funnels the greed for things that you wouldn't even buy if you were looking from a multifaceted angle. That means from another viewpoint, you wouldn't have done things that you did in the first place. You've got to stop being addicted. You must all get to admit, as citizens, as individuals, that you are addicted to the mindset of money. Instead of being numb to the fact that you're causing more harm to nature when you're being against it in a plastic office shop world, than actually living off zero energy devices and understanding the way of nature in a mindful way once we have exited wrong path. I conclude, please think about the question, and please know that your male hormones must be significantly impaired by the incorrect use of brain, mind and body. To me, it's completely not sane. I don't need to say more. You have received my message. Thank you for watching.